Hey everyone, and welcome to Business Boutique. I'm Christy Wright, and today we are talking about how to face your fears and do it scared. Now, I've got to start by sharing an example from a long time ago. I'll never forget the first time that I realized I was a good runner. Now, I was about 10 years old, and I was in 5th grade, and I would go to the skate center with all of my friends every single weekend. Now, when I would go to the skate center with my friends every single weekend, and we would stay there for 4 hours at a time, every single time we were there, they would have skate races. They would line us all up by age, and then you would race around the rink. Now, something important to know here, I lost every single time. So it was also during this time in 5th grade, when I was 10 years old, that I realized I'm not a fast skater. However, since I am persistent to a fault and always have been, even as a 10-year-old, when the day was over and there was one last activity, I always participated. This was a foot race. So all the little kids and middle schoolers would go turn in their skates and get their tennis shoes, and then they would have a foot race and line us all up. And here's the thing, y'all, every single time I participated in the foot race, I won, even beating the boys. Now, during this time in my life, I realized, maybe I'm a fast runner. Every single time I raced, I won. It was actually that experience at the skate center doing foot races that led me to sign up for the track team in middle school and again in high school. Now, I do want to point out, this is quite unlike the experience I had in middle school when I tried out for no less than 6 different choral groups and was cut from all of them. It's also during this special time I realized I'm not, in fact, a good singer. That was a very unfortunate realization for me. But despite my natural running ability and the fact that I enjoyed it and the fact that I actually got kind of some good accomplishments and awards and medals in running, the strangest thing happened before every single race, especially in high school. I got scared. And now I don't mean the common pre-race nerves and butterflies that anyone would get. That's normal. I get that. I mean, I became terrified. I would psych myself out. I would beg my coach to take me out of the race. I would make up 1,000 excuses of why I couldn't race. My stomach was upset, my hamstring was pulled, and I probably actually just broke my toes. Being scared made me doubt my ability, and it made me want to quit. I ran the entire regional finals with about probably 40 other girls crying the whole way. I'm a senior, been running track and that event for 4 years. Now, you would think that after running multiple events for multiple track seasons for multiple years, I wouldn't get scared anymore. But I did. I got scared every single time. You know, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you don't get scared. I want you to think about that for a minute. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you don't get scared. And just because you're scared doesn't mean you're not good at something. It's not a sign that you're doing something bad or you're unqualified. Now, finally, during one of my pre-race excuse-making and antics, my exasperated coach finally said to me, "Christy, will you tell me one thing you like about yourself?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, I had no idea what this had anything to do with me getting out of the 400-meter race. He said, "Just tell me one thing that you like about yourself." And I paused for a minute, and then I just said the first thing that came to my mind, and I said, "My blue eyes?" And he said, "Well, just focus on that. I just want you to focus on that. I don't want you to think about the other runners. I don't want you to focus on your time. I don't want you to think about the race. I don't want you to think about anything else. I want you to just focus on your blue eyes." Now, y'all, I thought he was crazy. I thought this was completely ridiculous. But you know what? I did it, and it worked. Believe it or not, it actually worked. Changing my thought pattern from what I was scared about to what I was confident about was just enough to distract the fear right out of me. And Coach Martin, by the way, called me Blue Eyes for the rest of my track career. You know, whether it's what you're scared of or what you're proud of, whatever you focus on increases. In any area of your life or business, where you give your attention will get magnified. What you focus on gets bigger. Now, if you focus on your fear, it's going to become larger than life to you. But you focus on what you're proud of, what you're good at, what you've got in the bag, man, that becomes bigger than life to you. And it fuels you to become better. Whereas fear fuels you to stay back, to play smaller, to give up, just like the fear of running did for me. I was a good runner. I'm still a good runner. But that fear made me doubt my natural running ability. It made me doubt my training. It made me doubt my track record. And fear can do that. It doesn't matter how many accolades or accomplishments you have, because that fear can get so loud in your head and it can make you doubt all of the things that you have going for you. But you get to choose. You get to choose what you focus on. The thoughts that you allow to enter your mind will shape your entire experience. You know, one of my favorite quotes is by my friend Melissa, and I use it often. She says, "Your mind is multi-million-dollar real estate. Be very selective of what you let reside there." When you think about it that way, you become more selective of your thoughts. You become more intentional about what you focus on and what you're fueling. You can fuel your fear, for sure, you can. And it'll become big, scary, overwhelming, make you want to give up, make you want to come up with a bunch of excuses like your toes are broken and you've got a pulled hamstring when you don't. It'll make you want to play small. It'll make you want to shrink back. Fear can do that. It can get loud. Sure, there are infinite what ifs that we can focus on. And I know that walking to any starting line in life can be scary. You feel vulnerable. That fear creeps up. It gets loud. It makes you doubt your ability and it makes you want to quit. But before you let that happen, before you let fear rob you of your opportunities and of your potential, I want you to ask yourself those questions. What do you like about yourself? What's going right? What is great about this time? What are you uniquely positioned to do? What are you proud of? And focus on that. It may just be enough to distract the fear right out of you and make you want to go for it. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you need help sorting through all of your thoughts and feelings and asking yourself, is it fear or is it wisdom holding me back? Guess what? I've got a tool to help you do just that. You can download my fear or wisdom filter by clicking the link below.